Hello guys, today we're gonna be talking about our heart. What is a heart? A heart is an organ and it is divided into four chambers. What does it do? It pumps blood around the body. What kind of an organ is a heart? A heart is a muscular organ. What does a heart look like? A heart somewhat looks like this. So you must be thinking that it's going to be really hard to understand this whole thing and its functions and how does it work, but it is really easy. I have basically divided the heart's functions, labeling, blood vessels used and the path of the blood into four main diagrams. I have simplified the drawing of the heart into squares. So the first drawing shows the four chambers of a heart. On the upper side the atrium and the lower side the ventricle. Right side the right atrium and the right ventricle, and on the left side left atrium and left ventricle. Now let's move on to the second drawing. So the second diagram shows the blood vessels used in the system. So the first one is the vena cava. From the vena cava, the blood enters the right atrium, right ventricle, and then the blood goes to the lungs for purification through pulmonary artery, and then when it's purified, the blood enters the left side of the heart through pulmonary vein and then to the aorta, the artery. Let's move on to the third diagram. The third diagram shows the valves. There are four valves in total. So when there is a valve between the right atrium and the right atrium and the right ventricle, which is the tricuspid valve. So when the tricuspid valve open, the deoxygenated blood, meaning the dirty blood, enters the right ventricle. So when the ventricles contract, the deoxygenated blood enters the pulmonary artery, which before they face the pulmonary valve and then through the pulmonary artery to the lungs. Then when they get purified, they enter through the pulmonary vein, and then between the left atrium and the left ventricle there is bicuspid valve or the mitral valve. So the oxygenated blood enters the left ventricle, and then when the left ventricle contract, the blood meets the aortic valve, and when the aortic valve opens, they go throughout the body with the help of aorta. Now let's move on to the fourth diagram, which is the last diagram, and it shows the path of the blood. So first over here the blood comes in through vena cava to the right atrium, and then when the tricuspid valve opens, the deoxygenated blood goes to the right ventricle, and then when the right ventricle contracts, it goes to the pulmonary artery, and then through pulmonary valve and through to the lungs, and then when it gets purified through the pulmonary vein, it enters the left atrium, and then through the bicuspid or the mitral valve it moves to the left ventricle. When the ventricles contract, it meets the aortic valve, and when the aortic valve opens, it goes to the whole body. It is transported to the whole body through the aorta. Now, for some fun facts and information about our heart. Aorta is the biggest artery in our body. When the ventricles contract, the atrium relaxes and vice versa. Pulmonary artery is the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood, and pulmonary vein is the only vein that carries oxygenated blood. So the process of a heart is simultaneous, and It is like when the ventricles contract, the atrium relaxes, and when the atriums contract, the ventricles relax. So when the ventricles relax, the blood is transported through the ventricle to the lungs or to the body from both sides. So this process is simultaneous of contraction and relaxation. So over here in our heart, the real the real diagram is like this. This is the right atrium, this is the right ventricle, this is the left atrium and the left ventricle. So over here, this is the tricuspid valve and the pulmonary valve. This is the aortic valve and the bicuspid or mitral valve. So this is how our heart works, from the vena cava to the right atrium, then through tricuspid valve to the right ventricle, and then to the lungs, through the pulmonary artery, and when it gets purified, it moves to the left atrium, through bicuspid or mitral valve, and then to the left ventricle, and then through aorta to the whole body. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel.